November 25, 2018, Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Baltimore Ravens running back Ty Montgomery, 88, rushes by Oakland Raiders defensive end Fadol Brown, 95, during the fourth quarter at M&T Mandatory credit, Tommy Gilligan-USA Today Sports. Tommy Gilligan. The Jets have been searching for running back depth behind marquee signing Le'Veon Bell, and on Thursday they got their man. ESPN's Adam Schefter reports that the club is signing Ty Montgomery to a one-year deal. Montgomery was scheduled for a visit earlier Thursday with the Jets, a day after they met with Spencer Ware. Montgomery spent the first 3+ seasons of his career with the Packers before they traded him to the Ravens in October. The trade came 2 days after Montgomery fumbled late in a game against the Rams when he ran a kickoff out of the end zone, ignoring instructions to take a knee. The 26-year-old began his NFL career as a wide receiver but transitioned to running back when the Packers needed help in the backfield. In 13 games last season, Montgomery had 41 carries for 188 yards and a touchdown along with 25 catches for 235 yards. His most productive season came in 2016, when he rushed 77 times for 457 yards and 3 touchdowns, and caught 44 passes for 348 yards. Montgomery figures to be the primary backup to Bell, which means a reduced role for Elijah McGuire. Trent Cannon, the Jets' 6th-round pick from last year, had 55 total touches as a rookie. Winter is here. With Game of Thrones set to return Sunday for its 8th and final season, New York athletes gave their predictions and talked about theories for how the saga will end. Click below. New York Jets safety Jamal Adams reacts during the second quarter against the Buffalo Bills at MetLife Stadium. Brad Penner, USA Today Sports. Safety Jamal Adams was one of the key Jets players who recruited running back Le'Veon Bell to New York. Turns out, he also had a role in bringing linebacker C.J. Mosley to the Meadowlands as well. Obviously he's a tremendous player, I was excited to get him, Adams said, according to NewYorkJets.com. I kind of recruited him at the Pro Bowl. I didn't think they'd get rid of him, no one did. He came to us and I can't tell you how excited I am. December 9, 2018, Kansas City, Missouri, USA. Kansas City Chiefs running back Spencer Ware, 32, runs against the Baltimore Ravens at Arrowhead Stadium. Mandatory credit, Jay Biggerstaff, USA Today Sports. Jay Biggerstaff. The Jets may have landed their guy in RB Le'Veon Bell this offseason, but that doesn't mean they're finished looking for running backs in free agency. Spencer Ware, the former Chiefs running back, visited the Jets today, per ESPN's Rich Cimini. And according to ESPN's Field Yates, Gang Green will have another running back meeting on Thursday in the versatile former Packer Ty Montgomery. SNY's Ralph Vacchiano has reported the Jets are not sold on Eli McGuire, and Trenton Cannon has too small a sample size after his rookie season in 2018, which is why they're looking for depth. Other than free agency, the Jets have been diligent in scouting the top running backs in the NFL draft as well. Mike Maccagnan, with just over 2 weeks left until the NFL draft kicks off. Here's our Jets mock draft 4.0, first round, 3rd overall, the LB Josh Allen, Kentucky. If you buy into the theory that the Cardinals are taking Oklahoma QB Kyler Murray, no. 1, and I do, be assured that the 49ers will take Ohio State's Nick Bosa with the 2nd pick. That leaves the Jets with the choice of 3 options: Allen, Alabama, DT Quinn, and Williams, or trade down. They would surely trade down if the right deal comes along. If not, the choice is tough. Many scouts think Williams might be the best defensive player in the draft, but Allen is the edge rusher the Jets so desperately need. Finding edge rushers has proven to be exceedingly difficult and expensive, so it makes more sense to go with the 6'5", 260-pound Allen here. September 30, 2017, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, USA. Troy Trojans quarterback Brandon Silvers, 12, looks to pass downfield during the game between the LSU Tigers and the Troy Trojans at Tiger Stadium. Mandatory credit, Stephen Liu, USA Today Sports. Stephen Liu, the Jets have added more quarterback depth behind Sam Darnold. They announced Wednesday morning that they signed QB Brandon Silvers, who had recently played for the Memphis Express of the AAF before the league shut down. Silvers had 777 yards passing, 4 touchdowns and 1 interception in 3 starts. Silvers was a 4-year starter at Troy University, where he last played in 2017, August 30, 2018, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. New York Jets quarterback Sam Darnold, left, and quarterback Josh McCown, right, warm up before a preseason game against the Philadelphia Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field. Mandatory credit, Bill Stryker, USA Today Sports. Bill Stryker. The Jets will not have to travel far for their first preseason game. They'll take on the Giants during week 1 of the preseason, August 8-11, for a road game at MetLife Stadium before actually traveling and playing the Falcons in Atlanta in week 2, August 15-18, during week 3, August 22-25, when the starters are expected to play the most. They'll host the Saints. Finally, they'll wrap up the preseason slate against the Eagles, August 29-31, New York Jets quarterback Sam Darnold passes the ball against the Buffalo Bills during the second quarter at New Era Field. Rich Barnes, USA Today Sports. The Jets have a new head coach and several new free agent acquisitions, and quarterback Sam Darnold is optimistic about New York's potential heading into his second year in the NFL. It's going to be really fun to play with these guys and kind of get a feel throughout OTAs and training camp how we're going to do things, Darnold said, according to NewYorkJets.com. I'm really excited about where we're going. January 1, 2019, Orlando, Florida, USA. Kentucky Wildcats linebacker Josh Allen, 41, reacts to the crowd during the second half against the Penn State Nittany Lions in the 2019 Citrus Bowl at Camping World Stadium. Mandatory credit, Jason Vinlove, USA Today Sports. Jason Vinlove. The new-look Jets reported for work for the first time under new head coach Adam Gase on Monday, for the start of their off-season workout program. Some roster shuffling and a free agent spending spree has made them look a lot different than when last season ended. But the transformation is not complete. Despite all their free agent additions over the last 13 months, there are still holes to fill in the Jets lineup. And with free agency basically over, their last chance to do it is really the upcoming draft. So here's a look at what's left on the Jets' to-do list, and some of the players they could add at the NFL Draft, which is now about 2 weeks away. December 4, 2017, Cincinnati, Ohio, USA. Pittsburgh Steelers running back Le'Veon Bell, 26, sits on the bench against the Cincinnati Bengals in the first half at Paul Brown Stadium. Mandatory credit, Aaron Doster, USA Today Sports. Aaron Doster. The NFL shop need to update its Le'Veon Bell Jets jerseys, now that the team has reported for off-season training and the new uniforms have been revealed. The new Jets running back announced on Monday that he will continue to wear No. 26. Bell posted a rendering of himself in the new Jets uniform on Twitter Monday, which read, "It's a new era in NY, go grab that, gang." Green 26, March 3, 2019, Indianapolis, Indiana, USA. Mississippi State defensive lineman Montez Sweat, DL 51, goes through workout drills during the 2019 NFL Combine at Lucas Oil Stadium. Mandatory credit, Brian Spurlock, USA Today Sports. Brian Spurlock bent, thejetsblog.com. Follow on Twitter. Since the Jets traded John Abraham prior to the 2006 draft, the team has never really had a productive edge rusher that can rack up sacks and generate consistent pressure. Could the 2019 draft be where they finally address that need? Much has been made of the fact that either Josh Allen or Nick Bosa might be available when the Jets make the third pick in this month's draft, either of whom would be viewed as a promising solution to one of the team's biggest weaknesses. However, the Jets may instead opt to trade down, especially if Bosa and Allen are the first 2 players selected and neither available to them. If they do, who could they target to address this need? November 12, 2018, Santa Clara, California, USA. New York Giants receiver Quadri Henderson, 15, during the game against the San Francisco 49ers at Levi's Stadium. Mandatory credit, Kirby Lee. USA Today Sports. Kirby Lee. The Jets have claimed KRWR Quadri Henderson, per ESPN's Field Yates. Henderson was waived by the Giants on Thursday, as they will likely use newest S. Jabril Peppers and WR Corey Coleman in their return game. The Jets, on the other hand, released Andre Roberts despite putting together a Pro Bowl season in 2018. The 22-year-old Henderson was in his first season with the Giants last year. He was primarily used as the team's punt and kick returner when he did get between the hashes. In 5 games, Henderson totaled 68 yards on 9 punt returns and 112 yards on 5 kick returns. October 15, 2017, East Rutherford, NJ, USA, New York Jets safety Jamal Adams, 33, gets called for pass interference in front of New England Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski, 87, in the first half at MetLife Stadium. Mandatory credit, Robert Deutsch. USA Today Sports. Robert Deutsch. Jamal Adams is not buying Rob Gronkowski's retirement. The Patriots tight end revealed on March 24 that he was stepping away from football at the age of 29 after a 9-year career that included 3 Super Bowl championships. The Jets' Pro Bowl safety, however, does not expect the retirement to last very long. December 23, 2018, East Rutherford, NJ, USA, New York Jets strong safety Jamal Adams, 33, reacts during the second half against the Green Bay Packers at MetLife Stadium. Mandatory credit, Vincent Carcietta. USA Today Sports. Vincent Carcietta is Jamal Adams, the LeBron James of the NFL. When it comes to his recruiting efforts, he just may be. At least according to Adams. The Jets safety, who was in New York City on Thursday to unveil the team's new uniforms, likened himself to the NBA star when asked about his efforts on recruiting Le'Veon Bell to sign with the Jets. New uniforms for the Jets. 0 hours 1 minute and 10 seconds. Sam Darnold, Leonard Williams, and Jamal Adams model the new uniforms for the New York Jets, and share their excitement for their new look. Jets' new look for 2019 goes beyond the players and coaching staff. They will have new uniforms, too. On Thursday, the Jets unveiled new Nike uniforms, including a new look helmet and football-shaped logo that they will wear next season. The new uniforms include 5 different combinations: a green top with white pants, a white top with green pants, all green, all white, and an all-black alternate uniform that will be worn a maximum 3 times next season. Robert Deutsch free agent. DT and Ndamukong Suh raised some eyebrows on Monday when he posted a video to his Twitter account of him passing MetLife Stadium. Being a free agent, Suh passing the home of the Jets and Giants would understandably spark some conversation. However, he said it was merely an April Fool's joke as he was in NYC for business meetings. Click below to see the video. Sam Darnold visits the Bronx. 0 hours 2 minutes and 3 seconds. New York Jets quarterback Sam Darnold takes in all the sights and sounds during his first visit to Yankee Stadium. Anthony McCarron, SNY.TV, Twitter. Sam Darnold was all smiles Wednesday as he took in pre-game warm-ups at Yankee Stadium. It might have been the gorgeous weather, but Darnold's got another reason to be so happy these days. The Jets quarterback is delighted by the addition of running back Le'Veon Bell to Gang Green's offense this offseason. He's so geeked about it he's already been watching film of Bell's moves. February 17, 2019, San Antonio, Texas, USA, Orlando Apollo's wide receiver Charles. Mandatory credit, Subamime. USA Today Sports. Subamime bent, the JetsBlog.com follow on Twitter. There was bad news for the Alliance of American Football this week, as it was revealed that the fledgling Spring League was suspending operations with just 2 weeks remaining in the regular season. With the future of the league in serious doubt, it will be interesting to see whether any of the standout performers will make it back to the NFL. With the Jets still on the lookout to bolster their overall depth and create some competition in camp, could they be in the market for any of the players who've been playing in the AAF over the past couple of months? Let's consider who might be sought after. The Jets will officially unveil their new uniforms on Thursday, though a picture of different jerseys has circulated online, and ahead of the big reveal, SNY freelance designer Chris Chandler worked up concept renderings for 3 new Jets jerseys that have a fresh feel for their new era but pay homage to the past. February 27, 2019, Indianapolis, Indiana, USA. New York Jets general manager Mike Maccagnan speaks to media during the 2019 NFL Combine at Indianapolis Convention Center. Mandatory credit, Trevor Rishkovsky, USA Today Sports. Trevor Rishkovsky, Ralph Vacchiano, Facebook, Twitter, Archive. There is less than a month to go until the Jets can use their 6 picks in the upcoming NFL Draft. Here's a look at how those picks might go. First round, 3rd overall, the LB Josh Allen, Kentucky, September 16, 2018, Landover, MD, USA. Washington Redskins wide receiver Jamison Crowder, 80, runs with the ball against the Indianapolis Colts at FedEx Field. Mandatory credit, Jeff Burke, USA Today Sports. Jeff Burke, before the Jets' off-season spending spree brought on RB Le'Veon Bell for the 2019 season, New York added versatile slot receiver Jamison Crowder to the offense as well. The 5'9", 177-pound Crowder is expected to be a very valuable asset for Sam Darnold in his sophomore season, and the Jets paid him very handsomely to be that guy with a 3-year, $28.5 million deal with $17 million guaranteed. But will the Jets have a problem with Crowder joining Quincy Enunwa in the receivers room? January 1, 2019, Orlando, Florida, USA. Kentucky Wildcats linebacker Josh Allen, 41, reacts to the crowd during the second half against the Penn State Nittany Lions in the 2019 Citrus Bowl at Camping World Stadium. Mandatory credit, Jason Vinlove, USA Today Sports. Jason Vinlove, Ralph Vacchiano, Facebook, Twitter, Archive. In an ideal world, Adam Gase would have a Von Miller or a Cameron Wake, 2 premier pass rushers who he's seen up close how they can disrupt an offense and change a game. Every team needs a player like that, and it's clear that's something his Jets are missing. It also seems pretty clear that's the kind of player the Jets will be seeking in the first round of the draft, if a player like that is even there. March 3, 2019, Indianapolis, Indiana, USA. Ohio State defensive lineman Nick Bosa, DL25, goes through workout drills during the 2019 NFL Combine at Lucas Oil Stadium. Mandatory credit, Brian Spurlock, USA Today Sports. Brian Spurlock bent, thejetsblog.com. Follow on Twitter. With the draft less than a month away, the Jets have yet to adequately address every need. It's widely considered that their biggest needs are at edge rusher, cornerback, and center. In each case, the Jets resigned a free agent from last year's team, but would surely hope to be able to find a better long-term option than Brandon Copeland, Darrell Roberts, and Jonathan Harrison. Let's identify some potential candidates they could target to fill these needs with their first 3 picks in next month's NFL Draft. March 3, 2019, Indianapolis, Indiana, USA. Kentucky linebacker Josh Allen, LB03, goes through workout drills during the 2019 NFL Combine at Lucas Oil Stadium. Mandatory credit, Brian Spurlock, USA Today Sports. Brian Spurlock bent, thejetsblog.com. Follow on Twitter. Following the scouting combine and the first wave of free agency, the next phase of the off-season is upon us with the pro day schedule well underway. This will give the Jets scouts and coaches an opportunity to see many of this year's top draft prospects work out, and we should also start to hear which players will be working out for or conducting an official visit with the team. Let's evaluate some of the names that have been connected to the Jets so far, and assess where in the draft the Jets might look to target them. August 16, 2018, Landover, MD, USA. New York Jets defensive back Doug Middleton, 36, runs after an interception against the Washington Redskins during the first half at FedEx Field. Mandatory credit, Brad Mills, USA Today Sports. Brad Mills, the Jets are returning 2 players from last season in Doug Middleton and Noel Ben Braden, as they signed exclusive rights tenders on Friday. Middleton didn't get to play a full season with New York in 2018 after a torn pectoral muscle ending his year in Week 7. The Jets had Middleton start at safety in place of Marcus May, who was also banged up all throughout the season. The Appalachian State product totaled 27 tackles with 3 passes defended. Braden played in 2 games with the Jets last season, while spending most of his time on the practice squad. He signed a reserve future contract back on Jan. 1, 2018, September 8, 2018, Houston, Texas, USA, Houston Cougars defensive tackle Ed Oliver, 10, in action during the game against the Arizona Wildcats at TDECU Stadium. Mandatory credit, Troy Tormina USA Today Sports, Troy Tormina. The Giants and Jets are both targeting to improve their defensive front in the NFL draft next month, and one prospect may have just flew onto their radars: Ed Oliver, a 6'2", 281-pound defensive lineman from the University of Houston, wowed scouts and coaches from all 32 NFL teams at his pro day on Thursday by running his 40-yard dash between 4.71 and 4.73 and a 20-yard short shuttle time of 4.19 seconds, which clocks in faster than Saquon Barkley's 4.24 short shuttle last year. In November 18, 2018, Indianapolis, Indiana, USA, Indianapolis Colts former quarterback Peyton Manning walks the sidelines before a game against the Tennessee Titans at Lucas Oil Stadium. Mandatory credit, Thomas J. Russo USA Today Sports, Thomas J. Russo. When Trevor Seaman was deciding whether or not to re-sign with the Vikings or join the Jets, it was future Hall of Fame quarterback Peyton Manning who nudged him toward gangrene. Seaman, who was the third-string quarterback in Denver during Manning's final season in 2015, told NewYorkJets.com that he was texting back and forth with Manning while mulling what to do. It was Manning's praise for Jets new coach Adam Gase that sold Seaman. October 15, 2017, East Rutherford, NJ, USA, New York Jets acting CEO Christopher Johnson on the sidelines before a game against the New England Patriots at MetLife Stadium. Mandatory credit, Brad Penner USA Today Sports, Brad Penner, Ralph Bacchiano, Facebook, Twitter, Archive Phoenix, for a team that went on a wild, free agent spending spree for the second time in 13 months after firing their coach 3 months ago. The Jets have been awfully quiet lately. No controversies, no scandals, nothing but the business of football really. And that's just the way they seem to like it, at least for now. January 20, 2019, New Orleans, Louisiana, USA, Los Angeles Rams defensive back nickel Roby Coleman, 23, breaks up a pass intended or New Orleans Saints wide receiver Tommy Lee Lewis, 11, during the fourth quarter of the NFC Championship game at Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Mandatory credit, Chuck Cook USA Today Sports, Chuck Cook. The Saints finally get their vindication. The NFL approved a new rule on Tuesday to expand replay review to cover offensive and defensive pass interference, which will apply to both calls and non-calls. The reviews will be initiated by a coach's challenge with the exception of the last 2 minutes of the half or game, in which a replay official will initiate the process. December 30, 2018, Baltimore, Maryland, USA, Baltimore Ravens inside linebacker C.J. Mosley, 57, reacts after sacking Cleveland Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield, not pictured during the second half at M. Mandatory credit, Tommy Gilligan USA Today Sports, Tommy Gilligan, Ralph Bacchiano, Facebook, Twitter, Archive Phoenix. Le'Veon Bell may have been the biggest prize in the Jets' free agent frenzy, but he might not have been their most important acquisition. At the very least, linebacker C.J. Mosley was just as important to Adam Gase and the Jets. The new coach raved about his new defensive leader during the NFL coaches' breakfast at the annual owners' meetings on Tuesday morning. Jets signed Mosley to a 5-year $85 million contract with $51 million in guaranteed money. And Gase still sounded like he couldn't believe his good fortune that the 26-year-old linebacker was available at all.